Hey everyone, welcome back to another Mattel Jurassic World review. Today we're taking a look at the Chaos Theory Epic Evolution Battle Roaring Becklespinax. Mr. Beckles here is my most anticipated release of this newest round of figures. I just think this looks absolutely phenomenal for a mainline figure. And it's also the new big bad dino in Jurassic World Chaos Theory. Actually, a pair of these has been stalking our favorite camp survivors, which means I'll probably have to end up picking up a second one. So I ended up finding this figure at Target. I actually caught it on sale for 25 bucks to get retails for around $35, $36. However, it's not showing up on the app. When it does, I'll update the description down below if you want to pick this figure up online. But if you're trying to hunt this figure down, hit your local Targets, check those end caps. A lot of Targets reset their end caps for Chaos Theory, and that's where I found mine. So that if you're on the hunt, good luck for this thing, because this thing is absolutely gorgeous looking. Taking a quick look at the packaging, it's all decked out in the new Chaos Theory logos. This is a subline of Epic Evolution. We got Darius and the Allosaurus, the Epic Evolution logo, and the back of the box we get a picture of its Rampage attack action, and we also get a couple pictures of the newly released gigantic trackers, the Botanosaurus and Mapusaurus. So that do it for the package, and let's crack open this absolutely gorgeous looking figure and take a closer look. Now with Becklespinax out of the packaging, all I have to say is holy crap, this is a absolutely phenomenal looking figure. This may be one of the best mainline figures Mattel has ever released. This thing has pretty much Hammond collection levels of detail and paint apps. Like, this thing is just a true standout of the main line. And I'm always not the biggest fan of the main line because of some of the sculpts and paint apps, but this thing is just on a whole another level. It has a beautifully proportionate head. The tail isn't too short. Just all around, this thing just looks absolutely phenomenal. I'm going to take a moment and just talk about the confusing naming history of this dinosaur. Becklespinax is an invalid name right now for this species. Altispinax is the correct name. This animal is not known from a lot of materials, just, three vertebrae with high neural spines. It's been classified as a megalosaurus forever ago. If you look at the old megalosaurus reconstructions, you can see those neural spines using it. Gave a very big hump on its back. There's a tooth associated with this, and then it was called Becklespinax, even an Acrocanthosaurus. And we finally landed back on Altispinax. That is the very quick synopsis of this. I could probably talk about the naming of this thing for like 10 minutes straight, but Altispinax is the correct name. I have no idea why they went with Becklespinax. Now, this is a pretty sizable figure at 17 inches long from the tip of the snout to the tip of the tail, or 40.6 centimeters, about 7.5 inches tall to the sail on its back, or 19 centimeters. So the Chaos Theory Becklespinax is around 26 feet long, or 8 meters. So I'll put this figure perfectly in that 1/18 scale range. So bonus points for being in scale. Looking at the finer details of this amazing looking figure, you can see it has a nice proportionate head. Most of the Mattel dinosaurs have a very large oversized head, and this one looks nice and proportionate, very Acrocanthosaurus looking, which, speaking of which, when we're going to get a Mattel Acro. Acro is one of my favorite theropod dinosaurs. I'm just dying to see what Mattel's take is on that species. But going back to the head, just very, very well done. You have those piercing yellow eyes with that black slit pupil. You have this dark maroon coloration covering most of the head with highlights of a kind of like a rusty red coloration along the fenestra and behind the orbit, and a little bit of that streaking onto the back of the neck. The teeth are those awesome rubber insert teeth that I absolutely love. They look so nice. So much better than the painted teeth. Just, they have a nice rubbery feel, and they look nice and sharp. Lower jaw is cast in a cream color plastic. You have a little bit of cream coat going down the neck, and then you have this nice, my dog is sitting behind me if you just heard him barking, because he gets all amped up when upstairs doing reviews. You have a nice that dark maroon stripe going all the way down to the arms, and then you have this row of bone colored spikes popping out of the back of the neck, and those are actually an insert too. Those are not painted, and you do have a little bit of airbrushing of light green to contrast with the dark green of the main plaques. That is a very, very nice touch. You don't really see paint apps like that too much on mainline figures. And then going down to the arms, hand claws aren't painted in, but with that dark maroon color, it's really not that noticeable. And then the whole body just has all these awesome folds and wrinkles, some osteoderms sprinkled throughout, and some real nice fine scale detail. Like, this thing is very, very detailed. Then going up to the little hump on its back, that little, concaver-like sail on its back, that is also nicely done. Lots of fine scale detail in there. It's done in that dark maroon color with light brown striping between each of those neural spines. Going down to the feet, toe claws are painted black. Nice proportionate feet, not oversized. We're a long way from the big oversized feet from the earlier Mattel figures. And then going down to the nice proportionate tail, you have some brown spikes poking out, which are part of the action feature. And at the very end, you do have rotation on that tip over there, which I'll get into later. There's not a lot of articulation on this figure because most of it's tied to the action feature, but the arms can move forwards and backwards, and there is a hinge joint which allows you to swing the arms out. Back legs can move backwards and forwards, and there is a very clicky ratchet in there. You can see it, just touch it, pops the leg back, locks the legs in two different positions, and you also do get some very low ankle rotation. Usually it's a little bit higher up on most Mattel figures. For some reason this one is much lower, and I am okay with that. For tail articulation, the tail can go side to side. No rotation because most of it is tied to the action feature. But I just want to go down to the tip right here. You can see there's a little seam, so you do have rotation at the tip. Most of the mainline figures, the rotations at the tail base, and I absolutely hate that. I voiced that many times in my reviews, but having it at the tip of the tail, I actually quite like it. You can get the tail to point in different directions. It doesn't look, as bad as, having it at the base. So yeah, definitely prefer having it at the tip of the tail. I think it looks much better. For the action feature, you do get these dual rollers on the back. You can either work them in tandem or singly. Either way, it's going to activate the feature the same way. Once you start rolling back and forth on these little knobs, a lot of things are going to happen. You're going to activate the electronic roars. The head's going to go up and down. Jaws are going to snap open and close, and it's going to activate the spikes along the back of the tail. And first up for comparisons, here it is with Chaos Theory Ben. And yes, I will eventually review this set. I bought this set like 2 weeks ago, and I haven't got a chance to review it yet. I keep finding newer figures that I want to review first, and it just keeps getting pushed down the line. So I promise this review is coming. And next up, we have some of the new figures that released alongside Beckles here. The Pachyrhinosaurus, Botosaurus, and Mapusaurus. Going to give them Mattel credit. They give an awesome variety in their Jurassic World line. There's so many species that I never ever thought I'd see in a Jurassic line, but yet here we are. Next, we have the Hammond Collection Concavinator and Carnotaurus. You see the Concavinator has a very similar, structure like the Becklespinax. And speaking of the Concavinator, just look at the improvements the mainline and Hammond Collection are receiving the last couple of years, compared to the Concavinator right here. Just love how the Mattel line just keeps evolving and getting better over time. And lastly, here it is with the Hammond Collection Giganotosaurus. These two figures right here I consider the best of both lines. The Becklespinax is one of the best figures in the main line, and the Giganotosaurus is right now the pinnacle of the Hammond Collection. So yeah, it is a great time to be a Jurassic collector. Final thoughts on Becklespinax. Like I said a couple times during this review, this represents the best the main line has to offer. This has Hammond levels of details and paint apps. This thing is just truly a phenomenal mainline figure. The proportions look great. The head isn't too big. The tail is nice and long. Just all around, this thing is just absolutely outstanding. One of my favorite figures in the main line. Like I said at the beginning of the review, I found this at Target. It's not listed on any sites yet. When it is, I'll list those links down below in the description if you want to pick one up online. So that will do it for the review. I keep finding new figures. I keep pushing more and more stuff back. So I still have to get to that Ben Escape review. I got the Wild Attack Baby Apatosaurus, Guanlong Lystrosaurus, and maybe I'll find the new Strike Attack figures in the meantime. So yeah, a lot of Jurassic figures, but it is Jurassic June, so it is keeping up with the theme. So that will do it. If you're enjoying the content on this channel, show your support by hitting that subscription button just below the video. Each subscription helps out the channel tremendously and is greatly appreciated. And I'll see you guys for the next one.